Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining our 4 Empire districts as we present the 8th in our series of multi-district membership Monday seminars. This is the 2nd of this Rotary year. We did 6 last year. I'm Scott McDonald, the Assistant Rotary Coordinator for our Empire districts in Zone 32, and your host this evening. Tonight's program is entitled Welcome to the World of Rotary, a preview of the latest orientation for your new and newer club members. And I ask that for your best experience, you set your screen to speaker view for this. And let me start some screen sharing here. There we go. Everybody got that?
Yes, good job. Mm-hmm.
We will be showcasing for you a new virtual program that can be used district-wide or at the club level. The purpose of which is to enhance the member orientation process with a tutorial that covers some higher up Rotary concepts, structures, and resources that might not normally be part of a club's initial or regular orientation program. It'll help newer Rotarians to learn about the depth, breadth, and complexities of Rotary in a direct, straightforward, and understandable manner. And this will be done after a brief introductory video through 4 brief slideshows facilitated by our presenters, who are, and I will introduce them right now. Our first presenter doing the areas of focus will be Lizzie Martin. Lizzie is District 7150 Public Image Chair and Innovative Clubs Chair of the Baldwinsville Rotary Club. Thank you, Lizzie. Talking about the foundation tonight will be presenter District Governor Janet Tenrero, District 7120 current governor, and a member of the Canandaigua Rotary Club. You and Your Rotary World will be presented by Kimmy Talbot, District 7190 membership co-chair, and a member of the Scotia New York Rotary Club. And finally, to tell us about the Learning Center, the Rotary Learning Center, will be presenter Denise Dinoto, District 7190 Governor-elect, and a member of the Colony Guilderland Rotary Club, and they are all listed for you right there. And this is our overall agenda, brief look at the agenda for this evening. During each segment, please enter any questions you have in chat. These will be monitored and we will address them in a Q&A session, do the best we can at the end of the presentations. The intended outcomes for this seminar for tonight's audience to encourage attendance at future district orientation events, understand how this orientation ties into whatever is already being done at the club level. And the next steps would be for each of our districts to assemble their own team of district leaders to do this program and offer it at whatever frequency works for your district, quarterly, every other month, whatever works. And right now, I'd like to show you a brief intro Welcome to Rotary video.
Welcome to Rotary. With your unique skills and perspective, you are joining a global network of problem solvers, drawn together by a desire to make a difference. Together, we can be bolder. When you share your ideas and connect with others, it's not just your community that benefits. You'll grow as a leader and feel a shared sense of purpose that comes from finding lasting solutions to big problems. Get involved in a way that's meaningful to you. Find a mentor. Sign up for a training. Volunteer in a service project. Or attend a global event. You are now connected to 1.2 million people of action who unite to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. Welcome to Rotary.
Pretty nice Welcome to Rotary video, I think, brief and to the point. And now for the areas of focus, here is presenter Lizzie Martin, who will begin by telling us when and why she joined Rotary. Lizzie?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Scott. I joined Rotary in...
Hold on one second. Who's muted? Who is not muted themselves, please? Hang on a second. Speaker view.
It's David Hannon.
Dave Hannon. Shame on him.
Troublemaker.
I gotta find him here. I can't find him. Where is he? Okay, he's muted now.
Thank you, Janet. As Scott said, I'm Lizzie Martin. I'm with District 7150. I'm in the Baldwinsville Rotary Club, which I joined in February of 2009. I'm a third generation Rotarian, and I got an email from my granddad one day, past District Governor of 7170, David Flynn. And he said, so when are you going to join Rotary? And I said, well, I'm not really settled down. I don't know where I'm going to, live or build my community yet. So I was kind of waiting until I had that figured out. And he said, you don't have to wait. You can transfer clubs. You should just find one now. And so I did. I think I picked a pretty good one because the Baldwinsville Club is pretty amazing. So I'm very lucky. And I'm going to do a review with everybody tonight of our areas of focus, one of the 4 segments of this new orientation program. You might recall that we used to have 6 areas of focus and then heard the news that we've added a 7th area supporting the environment. With that addition also came a rebranding that includes these beautiful color-coded icons and new language. We no longer say a number, we just say Rotary's areas of focus. You can download the graphics for these in the brand center at My Rotary, and we're going to go over each one a little bit more in depth. Peace building and conflict prevention is the area of Rotary that we focused on for many of our resources towards, and that much of our work contributes to in a roundabout way. When we address scarce resources, when we encourage collaboration and business growth, when we build up communities, when we exchange cultures, these all lead to a more peaceful world. To equip more people to work on this, we award up to 130 fully funded fellowships for people to study at one of our 7 peace centers around the world every year. Working to prevent disease and expand access to healthcare aligns with our massive effort to eradicate polio, but includes many other efforts you might not realize we work on, like fighting malaria, HIV/AIDS, Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis, and diabetes. We provide health education, build healthcare infrastructure where it's lacking, set up clinics and donation centers, provide access to routine preventative care, and more. When we empower women, we empower entire families and communities. Supporting women before, during, and after the childbearing experience can ensure better health for all. And this includes healthcare services, education on caring for oneself during pregnancy, and education on best practices for childcare, from nutrition to healthcare to sanitation and more. Rotary provides access to this in places where it's lacking. 17% of the world's adult population cannot read, which creates disparities that can become impossible to overcome. Rotary makes the impossible possible by building schools, training educators, teaching new methods, and building partnerships that create even more opportunities for learning. And some of this work includes water and sanitation projects so that children can have clean drinking water and be healthier in their schools, allowing them to focus on their studies. It's not hard to imagine why clean water and sanitation are an important area to focus on, but it might be hard to imagine living in a place without sanitation or not knowing why it's important to wash your hands. In many places in the world, the bathroom is wherever you want it to be, and there is no water available to wash your hands with, even if you wanted to. Since we know how vital these are to healthy people, families, and communities, this is a really important and urgent need to address. Projects include teaching hand washing, providing access to clean water, building latrines, and most importantly, ensuring that all of these efforts are sustainable in the communities we seek to improve. Building up economies provides opportunities for individuals and impoverished communities to find success. Offering support to entrepreneurs through microloans and small business courses, teaching about networking, providing access to good paying jobs, and supporting women in business are some of the ways in which Rotary supports economic development. Nearly 800 million people live on less than $1.90 per day, and 60% of the world's hungry people are women and girls. So our work in this area of focus is so impactful. Supporting the environment is the newest area of focus, thanks to many years of encouraging clubs to plant trees, pick up litter, and be greener. This work also includes impacting policy that will make for a better world, addressing climate change, and encouraging practices that will make for a better future for all. We have put $18.4 million in global grants funding toward environment-related causes in the last 5 years. Everything from land restoration and conservation, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, supporting sustainable fishing and agriculture, advocating for economies that are more efficient, and addressing environmental justice issues. While there's a lot to focus on, we have many members and partnerships around the world to help make it happen, but all of it costs money, so who's paying for it? The Rotary Foundation takes our donations and transforms them into grants and funding that support these areas in which we seek to transform the world. Billions of dollars have been put into life-changing, sustainable efforts thanks to the support of Rotarians like yourselves. Not only do your donations to the RI Foundation help us address these issues, but your club's projects can help tackle them locally and globally as well. All right, I'm turning it back over to you, Scott. Scott, you're on mute.
Scott, where are you?
Oh, I was just talking away and I was on mute. So I just did a nice introduction of you, Janet.
Try again.
I will try again. But first of all, I'd like to thank Lizzie for the information she just shared on the areas of focus. And now District Governor Janet will tell us even more about the foundation and how it enables our work around the world. Will you start also, Janet, by telling us when and why you joined Rotary?
I will. You hang on a second. There we go. Can you see that now? The Rotary Foundation?
Yep.
Okay, good. So I joined Rotary in, I think, April of 1996, which was 25 and a half years ago, at the encouragement of my boss, who is past District Governor Terry Hall, the first woman district governor in 7120. And I found a home here. It's just everything clicked. So there was never a doubt in my mind that this is where I should be. So I'm going to talk about the Rotary Foundation, which happens to be one of my favorite things to talk about. So what exactly is the Rotary Foundation? It is really, it's the heart of Rotary. It exists in order for all of us to change the world. We save mothers and children because we have compassion and we know how to plan. We provide clean water and sanitation where they're needed to those who need them, because we build strategies based on a community's needs. We combine support for peace, education, and economic stability for at-risk communities with an ability to manage big projects. We do good in the world. And it is one of the largest and best managed charities in the world. Giving to the foundation is smart because you can multiply the value of that gift. How many other foundations can you think of that identify the projects, fund them, and run them on the ground themselves? Ours is the only one that I know of. This makes for very low administrative costs and is one of the reasons for our 4-star Charity Navigator ratings, which we have had 13 years in a row. As previously discussed, Lizzie covered the areas of focus. Our areas of focus are promoting peace in the world, disease prevention and treatment, providing clean water, sanitation, and hygiene, maternal health and child health, basic education and literacy, economic development, and our newest area of focus, protecting the environment. All of our global grants are based on these criteria. How do we contribute? Well, we have something called E-Ray, every Rotarian every year. And even if you can't contribute $100, any contribution to the foundation counts. So give what you can. It really is one of the best investments that you can make. The Share Annual Fund Program takes all the money donated, invests it for 3 years, and at the end of the 3 years, half of that money is returned to the district that it originated from to be used for global and district grants. The other half goes into the World Fund, which provides the matching funds for global grants, scholarships, and fellowships. The interest that's generated during those 3 years is used to cover the operating expenses of the foundation, thereby ensuring that all of the money donated is used to do good in the world. When the money comes back to the district, half of it goes into our district designated funds, which are used for global grants, donations back to Polio Plus, and other projects. The other half is used for district grants that are generally more local, but not necessarily. As you can see, a lot of our district grants are used for international projects that don't qualify for global grants. But a club may have a particular focus on a international project. So the more money donated to the annual fund, the more money we get back to use for our district grants. And let's not forget about Polio Plus in that mix. Every dollar that gets donated to the Polio Plus Fund gets that 2-to-1 match from the Gates Foundation. And we have 400 million children to vaccinate this year, 400 million next year, and 400 million the year after that. Until the world is declared polio free, vaccinations have to continue worldwide. And I want to emphasize that our infrastructure has been utilized for COVID-19 tracking and vaccinations. So it's not just, that's the Polio Plus part of the whole deal. There are many ways to donate, but the easiest is through myrotary.org. You sign in, you locate the donate button, and there are several on the main page. You can make a one-time donation. You can choose monthly, quarterly, or annually. You can choose to donate to the Share or to the Polio Plus. You can make it a memorial or in honor of. So there's lots of ways to do it. Paul Harris Fellows are awarded when a person has donated a cumulative $1,000, or if another Paul Harris Fellow awards them 1,000 points for a specific reason. The Paul Harris Society consists of Rotarians who commit to, hold on one second, let me just see who that is.
It's Rocky.
Yeah. It's Rocky. Rocky, please mute yourself. Never mind, I just muted him for us. Okay, so the Paul Harris Society consists of folks who have committed to donate $1,000 annually. A major donor is someone who's accumulated over $10,000 in donations to the foundation, and there are levels of that. And if you are particularly passionate about Rotary and have the money, you can become a member of the Arch Clump Society when your accumulated donations exceed $250,000. And you would be astonished at how many Arch Clump Society members there are. If you are over 70 you could choose to transfer funds directly from your 401k or your IRA to the foundation instead of taking the required minimum distribution at age 72. There may or may not be tax savings by doing this, but it is a convenient option if you don't actually need the cash distribution. And that is something that you would want to talk to your tax accountant or tax advisor about that. Finally, if you wanted to donate to the foundation after your death, you can choose to name the Rotary Foundation in your will. Benefactors have designated a minimum of $1,000 to the foundation in their will. The Bequest Society are Rotarians who have included $10,000 or more to the foundation in their will. And if your bequest by some chance exceeds $250,000, you would become a member of the Arch Clump Society posthumously. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat box and they will be answered at the end. And I turn it back over to you, Scott.
Scott, you're muted again.
Quit muting yourself, Scott.
I put the, I was trying to, anyway, thank you, Janet. There's a lot of information there, and for giving us an overview and some detail on the foundation. It really is the engine that helps us get our, reach our goals around the world. So thank you so much for that. And now to talk about you and your Rotary world is Kimmy Talbot, and she's going to tell us why and when she joined Rotary.
Hello, everybody. I joined Rotary in 2013. And actually, I had been doing a lot of community service, and my husband had been in Rotary for a very long time, and it was his presidential year. So his last act as a president was to induct me into Rotary, into the Scotia Rotary Club, which I'm very thankful for because I have an amazing club and we are just like a family, and I have great mentors I've grown through my club. So I'm very thankful to my husband for getting me into Rotary, and that's how I got involved. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about you and your Rotary world. Rotary has a vision statement that most of us have already heard. Together we see a world where people unite to take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. Little did Peter Harris know so many years ago that we would become the people of action we are today. Many of us as Rotary members kind of try to figure out, where do we fit in this whole Rotary world and the Rotary picture? So here's a little bit of a diagram to show you a little bit where we all fit in. So as a person, you believe in service above self. So you became a Rotary Club member, and you are a part of a group of over 1.2 million Rotarians worldwide. As a club member, you are part of a club. Like I said before, I am a Scotia Rotarian. I belong to the club, the Rotary Club of Scotia. Our clubs make up an area, and for example, there are 9 areas in District 7430. Now, those areas then make up a district. And as you can see, each district has a number. So in this group, you're part of 7120 or 7150 or 7170 or 7190. Now, these districts make up a zone, and we are Zone 32. And all these zones make up Rotary International. Here you can kind of see, so if you are part of 7120, you're going to see where you fit in, where your areas are. 7150, 7170, and 7190 also. Now, like I said before, all of these districts make up a zone, and you can see how wide our zone goes. It even goes down to Bermuda. Very exciting. Now, we talked a little bit before about where do we fit in, but there are so many options that Rotary gives us. And coming up is the Rotary International Convention. This is where you get to meet Rotarians from all over the world for fellowship, learning experience, and fabulous international speakers. And when I say great speakers and fabulous speakers, I really truly mean it. This occurs once a year in June. This year, in 2022, the conference will be in Houston, Texas from June 4th through the 8th. And I'm super excited because this will be my first in-person Rotary convention. There are lots of different groups, and you may hear the acronyms RAGs. This is the Rotary Action Groups. It is an international group of Rotarians, family members, program participants, and alumni. They are experts in their field or they're passionate about a cause. This gives you the opportunity to engage with like-minded members worldwide. You get to be involved in service activities, or maybe you just want to do it for networking. You get to collaborate with a club and other districts to solve problems. If you're interested in RAGs, go to myrotary.org and look for Rotary Action Groups. And there are some examples on the bottom, which is WSRAG, which is the Water Sanitation Rotarian Action Group. There's also Rotarian Action Group for Peace, SRAG, which is the Environmental Sustainability Rotary Action Group, and there are many, many more. There's also the opportunity to join the International Friendship Exchanges. This is where you get to travel the world with Rotary. This is for Rotary members and for friends. It's organized around 3 themes: culture, service, and vocation. It's paid for by the participants, but a host club will also help house you and arrange for some of your meals. If you're interested in friendship exchanges, also visit My Rotary. Oh, we hear a common theme here, My Rotary. Now there's one that's really pretty cool, I feel, which is the Rotary Fellowships. It's an international group that share a common passion. You get to make friends from around the world. This is built around a hobby, profession, interests, sports, and many more. BREW, which is an acronym again, which is Beers, Rotarians, and Joy Around the World. Now this is a very cool group. They donate 25% of their dues to the Water and Sanitation Rotarian Action Group, who we just talked about RAGs, and who supply funds to service projects that provide clean water. So we have 2 groups that are working together to solve a problem. Now, fellowships can be a ski fellowship, a whiskey fellowship, a golf, educators, and many more. And actually, as of 2020, there are 91 fellowships. And I did look them up, and there's some really great ones on there. So visit rotary.org/fellowships. Whatever Rotary may mean to us, to the world, it will be known by its results it achieves. I kind of thought about this quote by Paul Harris in 1914, and I kind of thought to myself, what Rotary means to me, what do we do for people around the world? And what does that mean to them? And the better Rotarian I can be, the better results we're going to have in our community and worldwide.
Thank you, Kimmy. There's a lot there, folks, and there's a lot more as well, but you're getting the idea for sure. And now to tell us a bit about the Learning Center, where you can learn even more about Rotary at your own pace, on your own time, is presenter Denise Dinoto, who will also tell us about when and why she joined Rotary.
Thanks, Scott. I joined Rotary as an alumni of past experience in Rotary. My father was a lifelong Rotarian, and I was a member of Interact, and I was also an exchange student in high school. So when I was asked to join Rotary, of course I said yes, because Rotary changed my life when they accepted me as an exchange student. I've been a member of the Colony Guilderland Rotary Club for 7-8 years now. So when we did this in a test, it worked. So I'm hoping that the computer gods are with me tonight, and they work now. You've heard us talk about myrotary.org, and you've heard us talk about the Learning Center, and I'm here to show you how you access My Rotary and the Learning Center. So the easiest way, and I'm going to show you how I do it. You may do things another way, but this is just how I log on and do it. I go to rotary.org and I click on my Rotary, which takes me to the logon page. Now, when we did this in practice, everybody said, oh, it's not just my computer. Your computer is slow too. Yes, it may take you a few minutes to log in, but that is normal. To sign in, you simply click, if you've already got an account. If you're brand new and need to register for an account, you can register. To register, you're going to need to know your membership number, which you can get from your club secretary. It's also on the mailing label of your Rotarian magazine that comes in the mail. But I have an account, so I'm going to sign in. I've had them remember my computer, so my password automatically fills in. You can use whatever password tool you like, or you can type it in, and eventually it will recognize me and it will let me in to the Rotary International website, My Rotary. It's my.rotary.org. If you want to look at it in a different language, you can change the language if English is not your first language. But you'll come to your dashboard, and the dashboard will tell you information about your club, and it will tell you information about Rotary if you want to read it. There are lots of ways that you can use this. But we're talking about the Learning Center. If you go up to Learning and Reference, you'll see that one of the menu items that drops down is the Learning Center. If you click on the Learning Center, it will take you to a place that has something for everyone. Rotary recognized that members want to learn more about Rotary and wanted to deliver customized training that was the same for everyone. So everybody who's going to be a membership chair has the same opportunity to learn the same thing. Somebody who's going to become an area director or an assistant governor will learn the same thing. You can learn general things about Rotary. You can take advantage of the professional development opportunities. The courses are available on demand, so it fits your schedule. You can learn at your own pace, and it's not like there are Rotary quiz police out there that are going to crack you across the knuckles if you don't finish something in one sitting. You have the chance to sign up for a class, take it at your own pace, and come back to it if you want to. Say you're interested in becoming a leader in your club. You might click on the Club Leadership tab and see what is available. Maybe, there we go. See, this is what happens. We're doing it live, folks. Maybe you want to learn the basics about how to help your club public image committee. There are 8 courses that are available in here. So I might click to see if there's something that I might want to learn about. The first step of taking a course is to enroll. And that's as easy as clicking to enroll. And I can view the courses that I have enrolled for. I have enrolled in several courses. I haven't started many of them, but some of them I have. Each course will tell you where you are and where your progress is. Let's say you don't know what else might be available. You can search content. Let's say you're interested in the Toastmasters presentations. Did you know that Rotary and Toastmasters have an agreement where courses are offered to Rotarians? I can search Toastmasters. Each course is searchable. I can learn about the Rotary Toastmasters Alliance. I can learn why Toastmasters benefits my Rotary Club if I want to. In full disclosure, I am a member of Toastmasters, so I can tell you why Toastmasters benefits my Rotary Club. But if I didn't know, I could look and see and sign up and say that this content is here. And I can browse through it in my own speed. The Learning Center is constantly being updated. There are new courses being added all the time. There are certain required courses that you have to take for certain roles. So as a district governor-elect, I've been taking courses in district leadership. If you would like to become a club president, there are recommended courses for club president to take. And your district can add content as well if they want to. The course catalogs grow based on your feedback. At the end of every course, you have the opportunity to provide feedback during an evaluation. And that is looked at. It helps guide new courses and develop further content. If you are interested and do not know your member number, ask your club secretary or your district leadership how you get into Rotary.com and how you can get into the Learning Center. These are great courses that offer opportunities with your Rotary membership in a variety of topics, and they're there at your fingertips. We urge you to make yourself, to avail yourself of the use and see how you can broaden your leadership skills and your service skills through the content. And I will leave time for questions.
Thank you, Denise. Yes, questions. I saw a couple of comments as well. Like Dana just mentioned that the Learning Center is excellent. That Denise speaks the truth. Very good. Matt, I know you've been monitoring a little bit. Do we have some questions out there we can address?
Peter from 7150 asks, will the MD Pets Group be using the Learning Center courses for online weekly pre-pets training?
I know that we have made mention of them and we will be encouraging people to take advantage of them. I don't know if there's going to be anybody monitoring when people take certain courses, but I do know that district governors and district trainers do have the opportunity to see what courses have been taken by people who are coming into roles. It's certainly recommended that you take the courses for whatever role you're going to be serving.
Okay.
We're getting some questions, but Melissa's been answering some of them. Cookie Schaefer asks, she can't get on to the Learning Center on her mobile device. Is it her or is it the app? And Melissa says you have to be logged into My Rotary to access the Learning Center. There's nothing else.
Yes, Rocky did clarify too that we're providing training in person, but we are recommending people take advantage of the Learning Center.
Denise, I just want to say one thing. At the very end, you said my Rotary, Rotary.com and it would be Rotary.org. So just
Thank you.
Yeah.
I make that mistake all the time. It's Rotary.org, not Rotary.com.
One thing that if you have a problem and you're using a Mac and you're using Safari, sometimes that doesn't always interface really well with Rotary.org and the Learning Center. If you use Chrome or another browser, you'll have a more seamless experience sometimes if you're having problem with Safari.
Okay, thanks, Ralph.
Thank you, Ralph. I'm actually a new to Mac user, so that helps me out a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
we're all learning every day. So
Any other questions out there before we move on? We have one brief video, closing video to show you in a moment here.
I got a quick question. So between our 4 districts, we have 5,000 odd Rotarians. They're not all odd, but we have about 5,000. Are some of these little brief talks going to be available to other Rotarians so we can push them out? If somebody just wanted the 5 minutes on the Learning Center or whatever, can this recording be broken down and those be pushed out for little tidbits?
We are going to make the recording available to all the districts, to the district governors, membership chairs to use as you see fit. We also are going to have there's 4 different PowerPoints, and those will be available and materials to use as you also see fit. So it's up to each district to adapt as well.
The idea was that we would give you an overview of what we felt, was a good overview, but we would want each district to take it on for to highlight their own people, so that your district knows who in your district is responsible for these, so have your foundation chair, your district foundation chair do the piece on foundation, and have your, so Lizzie, can you explain it better than I am doing?
No, that's
Sure. Yeah, so the idea here is that moving forward, each district will come up with some similar format to what you saw here tonight in terms of covering broader information about Rotary, things that might not be covered in a club's orientation. And so how your district decides to present that to you in the future will vary based on what each district leadership team decides. But our thought was it would be a great opportunity for district leaders to connect with members, particularly new members who might be attending this as their orientation. So your district membership chair or chairs, your district governor, and your district foundation chair, it would make for a great opportunity if you offered this quarterly or every other month for you to see all the new faces in your district as you send an invitation out to clubs to encourage all new members to attend.
Thank you, Lizzie. That encapsulates it very well. It's good. Good.
Sorry,
pulled
I stole
together.
any of your thunder for the wrap up, Scott.
No. That's a great job. Any other comments before we go to a brief video?
I just like to say briefly, Scott, I think you guys did an excellent job of providing us with an outline. I think that was well done, and
Thank you.
It's good information, and the more comprehensive information we get out to the new members, I think the better it'll be. So nice work.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Scott, we do have
nice
a
work.
quick question in the chat. Will we be able to share all the slide presentations to everyone who's here tonight?
Yes. I think anyways, yes. I don't know if we have everybody's email address.
Everybody had to register for tonight. So we have an email address for everyone who registered. So therefore we can send out to everybody.
Okay, we will make sure that happens then. Thank you.
And the scripts that people used were written by the person who did the slideshow. So, you'd have to contact them for the script, or you can make your own. The idea is for you to take it on as your own information, so that you can share your thoughts with your district.
Okay.
Scott, I don't want to get myself in trouble here, but we currently have, from my club, our membership chair, Gail Barton. I don't want to put Gail on the spot, but I guess I'm going to. Gail does an incredible job with our membership, but she also does an incredible job with our membership induction. And I don't know if, Gail, you want to share anything as far as our induction, putting you on the spot. Can somebody?
I can't, she's got to do it herself.
Unmute.
Just hit your space bar, Gail. Hit your space bar.
I think she's on her phone.
Oh,
No. No, she's not on her phone. Can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Gail.
Okay.
I think she's swearing at Matt, so it's probably better, it's better that we aren't hearing her.
She can hear us. We just can't hear her.
Well, I can tell you, Gail does an incredible job with our inductions, but also what I wanted to stress to people was the importance when you do the induction of talking about the four-way test. And that's something that we didn't discuss today, but how crucial it is to us as Rotarians.
Oh, well, we will be. That's our, that's
Yeah.
our final thing. So
Sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, segue time. Denise, are we ready with the video?
I guess it helps if I unmute, doesn't it?
yes, it does.
Okay. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Reaching out to one another is what the Creator sent us to do. Is it natural? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it be a good will that let us reach it? Is it natural? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? So let us get together, helping us in need, restore our strength, and help one another. So let us get together, helping us in need, restore our strength, and help one another. So let us stand, give a hand, helping those in need, let's join our strength, and help one another.
Very nice.
Very nice. Thank you, Denise, for sharing that.
Can you hear me now? This is Gail Barton.
Hi,
Yes.
Gail. Sure.
I don't know if Matt still wanted me to make a comment about, Matt, are you still on?
Yeah, he's there.
Okay. He's way too generous with his compliments of me. But as the membership committee chair, I make a big deal out of the induction ceremony. I get flowers for the new inductee and try and make a big deal about the day that they are inducted. And people seem to really appreciate that and appreciate going above and beyond to make them feel special and welcome. So it's something that I initiated as membership chair, and I think it's having a positive result.
Gil, do you also invite their family to come?
We tell them that they can invite anybody that they would like to have there that day.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Very good. Appreciate that. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank our presenters for sharing their insight and their obvious passion for Rotary. Great job, everybody. We hope you, the attendees, will use the program as you develop your own district or conceivably club level orientation program. And as we talked a little bit about before, we will provide the slides, which can be adapted to each district as well as the videos. Your participants will have hopefully more in-depth information about the world of Rotary, help them grow as Rotarians, and hopefully inspire them to learn much more as the layers of the Rotary onion, so to speak, are peeled away. They say the best way to learn something well is to teach it or explain it. And if someone asks these newer Rotarians what Rotary is, they'll be able to tell them more about the richness and meaning of our organization, thus reinforcing it for themselves. Thanks again to our presenters, and thank you for your time this evening. Take care and have a wonderful holiday season with family, friends, fellow Rotarians. Goodbye, everybody. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dana, your tree looks great.
Night, everybody. Have
Good
a happy
night.
holiday.
I
Happy
had nothing,
holidays.
I had nothing